I was reading my son the book Ferdinand the Bull. Do you guys remember that book?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And there's some inconsistencies in the book that I
Hold on real quick.
appreciate.
Should we, for the listener and viewers, just give them a quick kind of premise for Ferdinand the Bull?
I kind of have to talk about what it is. But basically, there's a little bull, and he doesn't run around and butt his head and poke his horns and do the other stuff the other young bulls do. He goes and he sits under a cork tree and just quietly smells the flowers. The bulls, and all the bulls are doing their regular thing. And Ferdinand is over in his cork tree. He sits down. He sits on a bee. The bee stings Ferdinand, and he goes crazy. He starts romping around, doing all this stuff, and he's the biggest bull. And even though they explain the picadores and bandoleros and the matador and all the different parts of bullfighting, and he goes out and he sits like little spears that they would poke in a bull to enrage them, and then how the picadores have long spears and all this. So they're like talking about all of that, and then they go in, and no matter what they did, they couldn't get him to be mad. And to me, I was like, well, we know that a bee sting makes him insane.
Yeah.
And these guys just couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is unacceptable to me. It was just a thing where I was like, I get why. You got to dumb it down. But there's some really glaring inconsistencies there for me.
So for anyone who's listening to the podcast, what you heard or what you're not hearing previously, because we cut it all out, was Caleb describing for, I don't know, a good 5 minutes, the entire plot of Ferdinand the Bull, a children's book.
Yeah.
And so we're starting now.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you guys have?
I'm sorry, we don't have this Ferdinand the Bull material that you brought to the table.
Well, I was just thinking of something.
I
was going to read Ferdinand the Bull.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, maybe we will use Caleb's synopsis.
Yeah.
Well, I will, to defend myself, I will say I was going to go straight into it, and then you said, why don't we talk about Ferdinand the Bull a bunch?
Well, I said let's...
Because he had this planned out.
Let's have a premise of Ferdinand. And
then
you told the synopsis of the entire thing.
It's like impossible to not, if I was going to do both, explain my gripe with it and do a synopsis.
Okay. You think so I just want to get
most concise synopsis
on record. That was as good. That was
in the
only
moment
the most efficient information.
Yes,
you absolutely.
I went off the rails with the cork tree thing.
Okay, I agree. And that's it's all cut out.
Yeah,
so, but that was
right.
Cut out twice.
I understand that. As I was doing it, I was like, okay, it's fine because I would tell this anyway to you guys,
right?
And, not being recorded.
Well, usually we would get down on the floor and kind of kick our feet up, cross our ankles.
You would have enjoyed it if I wasn't
like this.
You would have enjoyed it if it wasn't being recorded, but because it was being recorded, I felt sort of like this is kind of taking a while.
Well, yeah. It's just because we kind of want to come off as kind of cool.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No, I get it. I understand.
That reminds me, guys. Does Jerry ever given you something that his dead grandfather left him?
I don't know. Does he?
Has he?
Yeah, he has actually. He gave me a baseball mitt.
Oh.
Signed by Babe.
Oh, nice.
The pig.
The pig.
Oh, the pig. Okay.
And that was from his dead grandpa. I don't know how his dead grandpa had that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. So Babe the pig, big baseball fan, or did he goes on to play baseball?
I think it was just that he meant Babe the pig, and he just
had
the baseball
was coming
with
from
him.
baseball
the
practice.
Mitt.
Okay.
The mitt with him.
Yeah.
His grandfather.
Because he had stopped
Yeah.
practicing because he lost the baseball.
Right.
So he
Right.
And it was
just
in
had
a
the baseball mitt.
it was in a senior league.
Right.
Senior league.
So they lose the ball. It's
All the
gone.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really just
I would
gone.
actually be very impressed that it was lost very often and
Yeah.
not very easily found.
No.
Just-
It was. It's not that it's going so far that it's lost. It's just
It is right there.
it's right there.
But people can't find it.
Can't find it.
Yeah, they're old.
Yeah.
Glasses are not great. Glasses are not invented yet.
No.
Because it's Jerry's grandfather.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought that there might be questions about the timeline of Babe the Pig and Jerry's grandpa. I did try to come up with a year of birth for Jerry's grandpa.
Right.
Couldn't figure it out,
Yeah.
honestly.
No.
Stopped
That would be
after
hard.
Yeah.
a moment of trying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's one of my most
Whoa.
possessions.
Okay, so we can kind of guess, right?
Yeah.
Because Jerry's what? He's born in
He's in his 60s right now.
so like late. Yeah, I think he's like closing in on 70.
No.
Yes.
Is he?
Yes.
I think he's about.
I just looked up Julia, and she's 61.
Yes, but he was about
She was
40.
young. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when like Seinfeld started. Like he was coming up on 40. He was in the end of his 30s. So let's say he was born in like the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 years, 60 years back.
Yep.
Late 1800s.
Do you think Jerry Seinfeld was born in 1958?
Yeah. Something like that. I think that's right.
Insane to me.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
And there's no way of finding
there
out.
is no way of finding out.
Okay.
Yes.
What Lime Gang, if you guys could, since you've been very
Use
active
Yes.
previously,
Hashtag Wet Lime Gang.
why don't you guys let us know when Jerry Seinfeld was born?
Yeah.
Or when his grandpa was born.
Yeah,
That would be
that
better,
would be
more
even better.
direct.
And they are the wet lime gang because they're bursting with juice, which is questions.
Or enthusiasm.
Or information.
Yeah.
Or
In this situation, we have the
Right.
questions.
We are the lemonade or the lime. We're
the
just
water.
sugar water.
Yeah.
And we're waiting for our information.
Yeah.
Juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
From wet limes. Caleb,
To make like a limeade, is that the idea?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Not like a
love that.
margarita.
Yes. So Jerry gave me from his dead grandfather gave me his old yarmulke. Yep.
Wow.
And but when he gave it to me, he saw that I was a little confused,
Mm-hmm.
a little disappointed
Right.
because I'm not Jewish.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to use it.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why he gave it to you.
Yeah, there was some kind of hint at that, but he kind of like by my reaction, he quickly figured out, oh, that's
Mhm.
not going to happen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so he said, okay, here. And he gave me a piece of paper and it was his dead grandpa's Netflix password.
Oh,
Sick.
nice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's
So I do now. It's funny though, because now when I watch Netflix,
Mhm.
I put the yarmulke on.
makes you feel kind of closer.
Yeah.
And then you just
Jerry.
think about Jerry's grandpa.
And I get to see all this stuff he was watching, and I'm like, and then I start watching all
And you're just finishing. You're just resuming.
resuming everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
JC has any unfinished business.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll finish it.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
No ghosts there.
Yeah. No.
No.
It feels good.
Yeah.
If it is a ghost, it's a ghost who's like, it's a pleasant ghost.
Yeah.
Are there pleasant ghosts?
Yeah.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
He's friendly.
He's not pleasant, but he's friendly.
Yeah.
Is it a haunted Netflix account? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
How is it?
I would be interested to know what happens when you've actually
crossed over.
resumed. No, when you've resumed and completed all of his.
I was gonna say
all of his.
maybe once
you just hear like a
and then the credit card stops working,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you lose access to Netflix.
It's like that sound that the river spirit
Yeah.
makes.
I was gonna.
Spirited
yeah.
Away.
You did a good
Yeah.
job. It sounded like I was like, that's a Miyazaki sound. Yeah,
It's good.
exactly.
But I was thinking it's kind of like you're haunting his Netflix
Oh
account.
yes.
Mm,
Okay,
yes.
that's
Also.
true. Yeah. When do we as humans get to haunt ghosts?
Yeah. What is the glass ceiling gonna get?
Golly.
When do we get our fair shake of
I'm
haunting?
tired of the inequality.
The inequality of they're haunting us all the time.
Constantly.
No one has ever been haunted by, I mean, I guess you could say stalking is a sort of haunting of another person.
Yeah, well, and the Ghostbusters were definitely sort of haunting.
They
ghosts.
were haunting ghosts.
Yeah.
That's a dream of
We
ours.
just never have the opportunity to do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
People
We're not
who
granted
go
the
in,
opportunity.
mediums and people who go in to try to find spiritual forces. Like, I bet Dan Aykroyd has haunted a lot of ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, a large is probably haunted more than
Who?
a medium.
Oh, yeah. True.
Think about it, extra large too.
Yeah. An extra large has definitely haunted more ghosts than a medium.
Or is it just bigger ghosts?
Right.
Yeah.
I want to talk to my grandmother via a spiritual seer. I don't know,
Yeah,
a
it's
sorcerer or some sort.
Yeah, sorcerer.
She was small,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go see a small.
A small. Yeah, you want to go see a small.
I'm not going to waste money on a medium when I could just use a small.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'd have all this extra,
my
seeing.
my 400-pound funeral.
Hey, that's where we're headed.
That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
If we all got buried together.
I mean,
Do you
let's
think?
be honest,
Yeah, we'd
it'd
weigh
probably
400
be five.
pounds. We
It'd
would
be
weigh.
five.
we would
be
be
500 pounds.
I mean, I'm around 200.
Me too.
Yeah. So yeah, around
Like
500
600.
You're 200.
Yeah.
You're 200. Okay, I'm like 100 pounds. So it's at 500 pounds.
That's perfect. Maybe we could just chop off a leg or two.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Throw it to a gator.
We could maybe make it part of how we die.
Lose a little bit of weight on
that.
the way out.
I'm not so interested in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, so Jerry gave me his grandfather's old little refrigerator. He had a little refrigerator.
Nice.
And I put it in my cubicle at the office. And it was really handy, just to have it there.
yeah.
Because I could keep files cold.
Yeah.
Whenever I was kind of my thing at the office was,
Deadline's coming up.
yeah,
Throw it in the
Yep.
freezer.
just chill that out a little bit.
It's
slow it
coming
down.
up. Throw it in the freezer.
Yeah, throw it in the freezer. I could, I had a freezer and a fridge, so I could.
So you could go, oh, I'm sorry, I haven't been working on this. It's very cold.
Yeah. So, it was just, I felt good. It was like that was like the thing that I could
Gotcha.
offer
Yeah.
there.
Anybody need chilled
That's
files?
cool. I would like that because oftentimes paper's hot. If it's been printed recently, it'll be kind of hot.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
kind of the only time. Or if you're burning it.
Yeah.
Kind of do, if it's in the sun.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Because people don't usually think about, let's cool these files. Let's
Yeah.
cool these papers down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you have an account that has a deadline,
Mm-hmm.
you just throw that account file in the folder in the freezer.
Cool it off.
It's gonna slow things
Slow
down.
it down.
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of other cases where paper is hot, actually.
Really?
Yeah, not just printing
Oh,
or
yeah.
leaving it in the sun. I mean, there's lots of different ways you could.
I actually can't think of anything else right now.
And I'll be honest, I'm not gonna bother to try.
Okay.
Like if it was in a file cabinet and the file cabinet got hot.
If it was in a file
To be
cabinet,
honest, I don't I was just like letting people know generally I can cool files down, and they would be like,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
okay, here you go. So I didn't ask a lot of questions.
So it wasn't
about-
just your files.
No, but some of them were. I would just be like, I think this could be a little cool. Because we know the temperature at which paper burns,
Right.
but we don't actually know the temperature when paper freezes. Nobody's written, Ray Bradbury never wrote a book about
Right.
that.
And if they're cold, you get a little bit more time to save them.
I don't think 451 degrees is actually when paper ignites.
Really?
I don't think that's true.
You don't think that's true?
That's really hot.
It's not that hot.
Your oven can.
That's
go
like
to-
a frozen pizza, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a hurry,
I mean, it's really hot though.
425.
Is it so a flame Just a flame, a cigarette lighter flame is more than 450 degrees. I guess so.
I don't know. Might be 500.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. It could be 500.
500
I
degrees.
said more, so yeah, that's fine.
You didn't like that answer?
No, I said you seem like you were correcting me, and I said more, so there was no reason to.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what, I mean,
But more sounds like just like 453 degrees.
yeah.
Okay.
500
Yeah,
is
I
more.
see.
That's more.
Yeah,
That's more.
it's way more.
That's a lot more.
Season 2, Episode 6, The Statue.
Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh.
Welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld 1S, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. I'm your host, Josh, and I don't eat dinner. Dinner's for suckers. I'm joined by Caleb
Hey, Jerry.
and Gabe.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. I didn't say it. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
It's great. How are you?
Good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
You thought I was gonna cut you off and like move on to the next thing, or what? Is that why you're being so clipped?
I wasn't
No.
Shut up.
sure.
See, I knew it was going to come. I knew it was.
So let's get into Seinfeld news. This week, we all kind of got to catch this press conference that Julia Louis-Dreyfus put on. And we were all three of us kind of got a closed circuit feed
Yeah.
where we got to watch this. And basically she got up in front of, she'd called this press conference, press had assembled, she got up in front of them, and then she sort of started her, talk, what she was gonna kind of address with these guys. And her first sentence was something to the effect of, I think we all agree it's a good thing that ants can't vote. And then it just kind of went on from there. It was really interesting to watch.
Yes, I when she said it, it was something that I'd never thought of before.
Yeah.
But I was lockstep with her.
Yeah.
On that.
You're like,
that
oh,
point.
Yeah, no. I didn't disagree at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't something I'd encountered in my life where I was like, what if some insects could vote?
Yeah.
And then specifically ants.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
Yeah. They're like, and her point was that they're like the largest biomass.
Yeah.
You know, on Earth. If they get the vote, they also have kind of a uniformity of culture
Right.
that makes them sort of, so basically she was like, they would undermine
Yeah.
democracy.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
If and human votes would just not count
Yeah.
at all, which it's a good point.
Yeah. I don't like that idea.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea. It's not what I think the, progenitors of democracy had in mind.
No.
Was
So
that
you're
ants, maybe one day ants will use this.
Yeah.
you're saying there are enough ants to equal the body weight of every individual person on the planet.
More than that.
And then some
Yes.
is where I was headed.
Yeah.
If
I
you
see
guys
what
would
you're saying.
let me finish.
It's-
I was trying to add a little drama to the whole thing.
Yeah. Thank you. But
You're welcome.
There's extra ants.
But here's a problem with one thing that you're saying, Gabe, is that's not how votes work.
yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Is that
It's
there's
even-
enough ants.
Right. That even if they just got like, let's say the average adult male, 200 pounds.
Okay, you 200 pounds of ants can vote.
Right.
Exactly.
That's one vote.
Yeah. No. I don't think I mean it would be by individual. It would have to be.
Yeah.
If they're gonna if they're gonna vote.
Yeah.
I mean ants gonna ant.
Ants gonna ant,
There's
but
really
it's
no two ways about that.
ants ain't gonna vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in my America.
Yeah. Yeah. And she didn't cover that directly, but she wasn't like ants get individual votes. She didn't.
Oh, right.
That was just
Yes.
kind of assumed.
She didn't say
Yeah.
that. Well, I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know.
I
feel
felt like it was
she's-
you didn't think that.
Well, I think I need to hear her say it
Well, okay.
before I can support her
Well,
message.
okay.
I feel like I
so
need
is
to
she
hear her say it.
against? Is she against ants getting individual votes, but she'd be for 200 pounds of ants being able to vote
Every
get one
200
vote?
pounds.
Yeah,
Of ants.
It's good. Polling stations would look very different.
They would.
Polling
There would be a lot of
polling
scales.
stations.
Polling stations. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Right?
crazy. It's crazy that I forgot what they're called because voting is one of my great passions.
yes.
Yeah. You should see Gabe on the morning of an election day.
Nice.
A
Yeah.
bow tie.
Yeah.
Nice spring breeze.
Springs
in the
out
air.
of bed
Springs out of
Oh,
bed.
springs out of bed
with
Bow
a
tie.
for a spring day.
for a spring.
He's got a couple of bow ties on.
Yeah.
He's-
Yeah. Throw in a couple of bow ties. This one's blue, this one's red. Hey, keep them both happy.
Hey,
I
you
go
don't
in,
know.
fill in all the circles. Because if it's voting day, I'm filling out circles on my way to and from the polling station.
Yeah.
And while I'm there too, presumably.
yeah.
No, it's great.
So yeah, I just love voting
Yeah.
and makes a big difference.
It does. It's huge.
So
It's how we get to kind of participate in the whole system of democracy.
I'm glad I'm not 200 pounds of ants.
Yeah. Yeah.
can't
You
vote.
wouldn't get to.
We wouldn't get to do it.
That is something that I feel like I don't say often.
Really?
I'm glad I'm not 200 pounds of ants.
It's part of my
Sometimes I
gratitude
really-
mantra.
Sometimes I really take it for granted that I'm just 200 pounds of man,
Yeah.
and I could be 200 pounds of ants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Now,
I could be part of 200 pounds.
quick question. Could two 100-pound your mom's sisters vote?
Oh, yes.
Would they count as just one though?
That was
Mm-hmm.
that was
200
I see what you're
pounds
saying.
of ants?
Yep.
Yes,
100 pounds of ants.
They got the vote a long time ago. Actually,
Okay.
it was a long
Yeah.
process,
Good
but
for them.
Yeah.
ants got
It's
the
about
vote.
time.
Ants did get the vote.
Yeah.
So she's actually wrong. Did we know
Yeah.
that she was talking about the animal
I'm really
ants?
thankful that we're spending so much time talking about it.
Because if she was talking about ants, as in your mom's sisters,
Yeah. But I mean,
your dad's sister too.
No,
there's,
Let's open it up to them too.
so maybe,
it's true. Dads can have sisters too.
yeah.
Dads can have
finally.
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good point. I mean, she did describe the ants in pretty extensive detail.
Okay.
She didn't just use the word ants
okay.
one.
I was trying to remember that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep referring to you like you were the only person that saw
right.
it.
No, but you guys were there,
I
or we were watching all kind of
Yeah,
huddled,
we were watching on the closed
huddled
circuit.
together.
What event was this? I can't remember.
It was-
we go to so many of these things.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was in the parking lot of an abandoned Sizzler.
oh yeah.
Again, which event? That doesn't narrow it down really.
Yeah. Oh, it's, well, you know,
There's a lot of events.
there's a lot of those. This was for
You said that, and I just started thinking about every Saturday for the
Yeah,
last
yeah, yeah.
couple of weeks here.
Yeah, yeah. It was, I mean, that was kind of the tricky thing about it. This was like 2 or 3 Saturdays ago.
Okay,
But I don't know if that
Okay.
helps. But there wasn't a
is
specific event.
helpful.
This was just
first Saturday of the month.
another press conference that Julia called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we all have our hobbies.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like, kind of doing some housekeeping at the beginning. And she said there was, the bathrooms weren't, strictly speaking operational, but you can still basically use them in the Sizzler.
In the Sizzler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
They're-
I see.
They still
it's a
shield people from seeing what you're doing.
I don't know exactly what she did.
No one, you can go in there. It doesn't totally work, but no one will see what
so
you're doing.
we found what the floor for Caleb's definition of operational And honestly, it's good because it is considerate. It takes others into consideration.
Yeah,
I
you
think that's
go,
positive.
Yeah.
Should be encouraged.
Hey,
Absolutely.
I made my way here, and I see that this doesn't completely work, but At least no one will see what I'm doing.
Actually, maybe it's worse because somebody else will have to deal with
They will.
Yep.
what you've done.
Yes.
So-
Yes. My what bug
Greater
is
good.
an uncle? I was thinking like grubs,
Grubs are hungry.
like pill bugs.
Pill bugs.
That's an uncle.
That's an uncle bug.
I mean,
Uncle bug.
hey, I don't know. It sounds like a good children's book character.
Uncle
Hey, Wet
Bug.
Lime Gang, why don't you go ahead and write a children's
Book. Right, a children's gang.
about a children's gang called the
Uncle Bug.
Uncle Bugs.
Uncle bugs.
Uncle
Good old
Bugs.
Uncle Bug.
I mean, when I picture an Uncle Bug, he's got a mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they sort of are. Well, they don't have
Yeah.
mustaches. But
No.
They don't have
actually, I
hair.
saw a pill bug with a mustache
You
the other
did?
day. Yeah, it's crazy.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where were you?
I was just out in my backyard with my boys,
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense.
picking up stumps.
Yeah. Finding.
Oh, look,
Pill
this
bugs.
one has a mustache.
This one's got glasses.
Oh, look, this one has chops.
Wow.
This one has 2 bow ties.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's voting day.
This one's
in
trying
Uncle
to
Bug Town.
vote. I can tell that this one is trying to vote.
This one is a community organizer
Yeah.
trying to whip up interest in the democratic process amongst other pill bugs and ants.
All right, everyone. Should we still curl up? Okay, good.
I've heard of stumping for votes,
Yeah, that's true.
but that takes it to a whole other
Whole other level.
level.
Guys, it's time for the synopsis.
Are we skipping What's Newman with you?
Oh no, we're not. Sorry, guys.
Guys,
I
it's
was-
time
It's not
for
time for the synopsis.
it's time for Josh to do his job correctly.
It's time.
Oh wait, it was time for that already.
Yeah.
And we passed that time.
I did.
passed that time.
I screwed up, and
okay.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Guys, it's time for our first segment. 30 minutes into the podcast.
25.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And it is called What's New, Man? With you guys.
What's new? What's new? What's new with you guys?
Caleb, what's new, man, with you?
Nothing.
Really?
Really.
Absolutely nothing?
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, maybe
Okay.
this'll remind you about things
Okay.
that happened to you. I looked up Locomote,
Yeah.
but my internet was out.
oh no.
So
That's a bummer.
it
Oh.
was the dinosaur. It just
Yeah.
I typed in Locomote definition
Yeah.
and it was just the dinosaur.
Yep.
Locomote definition, the dinosaur.
No.
No.
Like it said my internet was out.
Oh, I'm
Google-
sorry.
like
On
the
Google
dinosaur.
Chrome,
Yes.
it has the
Google. You know, it was really hot on Sunday. And so I was like, what could I do to cool off? Because we came home and I was just like, I need to be cooler than this. And so I said, let's do cold plunges. And so we went and I bought $20 worth of ice at the grocery store. And then we came home and we were trying to figure out where we were going, what we were going to use. Because it's not like we have a dedicated, receptacle that can handle this.
right.
So I got our canoe and I put a tarp in part of the canoe and then filled that with water. And then we put in the ice and did cold plunges in the ice
It's good.
water.
It's rough.
It was good. And it wasn't plunging so much as because one of the thwarts on the canoe, like we did it across, a couple sections there so there would be room so you could actually like lay down. And so it was more like sliding. It was not plunging. It was like awkwardly like arranging yourself and like lowering yourself down into
Awkwardly arranging yourself in cold water.
cold water
Okay.
and like dropping yourself down into a canoe.
Dude.
But it, worked pretty good. And when I got in, it kind of, the water was very cold. It shocked me.
yes.
Right.
And it made me, say things in front of my children that, I felt like I shouldn't.
Like, what?
Well, like I was just things about, sort of that casts some doubt on the importance of, our system of grading. So,
What do you mean?
I shouldn't say that in front of my children.
Oh.
But when I hit the cold water, it was just the first thing that came out was like, is this truly a kind of holistic way of assessing learning?
Oh yeah, yeah, like educational attainment.
Yeah. And they're kind of like
standardized tests.
Dad's saying
like
he
that.
doesn't like school.
Yeah, and so grades are meaningless.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that sounds really bad.
it was really cold and made me say things in front of my children that I feel like I shouldn't say.
So would you say that it's probably better if you don't partake in any activities with your kids ultimately?
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they're better off.
they would prefer it. So would I.
So, interesting.
Well,
Or
what's so interesting?
just make your kids wear headphones all the time.
Is that what you do? Okay.
But
Guys-
Caleb loves the current grading system, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's
It's not gonna. Yeah, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks, and that was
Yes.
what that's what happens for me.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah,
not the way you feel.
No, I feel differently.
Yeah.
I like A's and B's
Yeah,
and C's
yeah.
and D's. And
And I do too. It's not like if we want to get into it, it's not that I'm against grading. It's just that I have certain opinions about it as, sort of the be all end all of assessment.
yeah. I don't. I think it is
Yeah.
right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
well, that is your opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have an opinion.
Me?
Yeah.
Did I say I didn't have an opinion?
Yeah.
No.
We'll have to look at the tape there.
Yeah.
But guys, it's time for us to move on to the meat of the episode. It's the synopsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. Synopsis.
Guys, let's do our initial thoughts on the episode. You guys are going to like this.
Okay.
There's no word limit.
Okay, awesome.
But there's a syllable in it.
There's no syllable limit. There's no word limit the way that we've understood it previously.
Couldn't do like a Ferdinand the Bull kind
No.
of length.
What we're going to do is, we're doing the exquisite corpse thing. This is not exactly that either. You're going to, I want you to each express diverse opinions at this point, initial thought wise. And so I would like you to not reuse any words that the other person uses. And to make this fair, or relatively fair,
I don't know how that works.
to make this relatively fair, what I'd like you to do is we're going to go one word at a time, back and forth.
Okay.
Now,
But they're still our own
your
thing.
own opinion.
Okay.
But you say a word, Gabe can't use that word.
Yeah.
Gabe says a word, you can't use that word.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So I'll start.
You can start.
Okay, great. Seinfeld.
I
Is
enjoyed
a
the
great
bit
show
with
Did you already use this? No, you didn't.
No.
You said this?
what was the last word I said? Was it bit?
Bit.
Where
This is a lot of work for you.
Yeah.
I'm not really doing anything. I'm just
Chapter
trusting you.
Kramer
about
said
statue
get him. Oh, that was 2 words. I said get
M
him. Him. That works. That's my thought. I like the bit where he was saying, "Let's get him." That was funny.
Okay, so I said Seinfeld is a great show.
Yeah.
This chapter where statue so do I not to get to finish what I'm doing? Because he's done.
He's done.
He has to continue going while I go.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
You get a gimme here at the end.
Okay.
One last word.
One last word?
One last word.
Statue
Statue
broken.
Okay.
Statue broken.
That was a great show.
Seinfeld
This
is a great show.
chapter, statue broken.
Broken.
Good.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Those are good initial thoughts.
Thanks, Josh.
And now I get to choose one of those. And what that's my favorite.
How do you? Oh man, how do you pick?
We're gonna pick.
They're both so good.
Yeah, they're very good. And but one of the nice things about this is that actually, if you win, you will get an original piece of music that I created.
Yeah.
So let's hear the piece of music.
Is it in the blockchain, Josh?
It's not in the blockchain.
It's not an NFT.
It's not an NFT. This is, and it's, you own it. You can do whatever you want with it.
Wow.
You can sell it. You can, enjoy it yourself, like Martin Shkreli and the Wu-Tang album.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do.
What if I don't want it?
If you don't want it, then you can just give it to Caleb.
Okay.
So wait, he gets it?
Well, I'm just saying if he wins it and he doesn't want it,
Okay.
he can give
Why are we-
he can give it to him.
Seems
But
like we're assuming he's going to win.
well, we didn't
but
assume
what if
that.
I don't want Caleb to have it?
Then you should keep it and not do anything with it. Don't you think?
What if I just don't have space for it?
It's probably less than 2 megabytes.
Wow.
Yeah.
In this economy?
What if files were affected by inflation?
Hey, I'll tell you one file that is inflected by inflation.
What?
Belly.jpg? I don't know. Like my stomach?
Oh, yeah. Belly.jpg.
What would what file type would your belly be?
Mine.
Oh, man, I don't know. Fat, X-fat.
Yeah. it's not it's a storage. It's a storage like a volume
It's
format.
a zip file.
Yeah.
No,
there
it's
you
not
go.
zip.
Not mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do let's listen to this song. So you'll know what you're sort of in for.
Rain rocks, 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 rain rocks. But not this rock. This rock used to be my favorite rock, but over time it's become less gray. So now this rock has been impeached. These rocks are gray, the perfect shade of gray, the perfect shade of gray. These rocks, they're just gray enough. These rocks, they have my vote.
My issue here is I did not understand what were the gray rocks. Okay.
Great rocks.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So one of you will get
Man, I really hope I win.
I'm really juicing up here, man.
and it's kind of tricky for me to decide.
If I didn't have space for that song, I would make space for that. My prized possession.
Okay, so
So if that song is ours, that means you delete it once.
Yeah, you get to own it. Yeah. I'll delete it. Delete.
Get rid of the
original session files
yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, you'll own it exclusively.
Okay.
So, and just remind me of your initial thoughts again, so I can make an informed
Okay,
decision.
mine was Seinfeld is a great show. This chapter, statue break.
Okay. Can you give us your thoughts again, Caleb? Because I think Josh is...
Sorry,
No.
did
It
absolutely.
Okay.
was a little...
Mine was Seinfeld is a great show. This chapter, statue and break.
Okay.
Broken.
Yeah, that's true. Statue and broken.
I'm sorry.
And
Statue
then
and broken.
my thought was I liked, or I enjoyed the bit where Kramer says, "Get him." When he was saying, "Let's go get him."
Yeah.
That was making me laugh.
Yeah. No, that's great.
And those were my initial thoughts.
Okay. And actually, I'm going to have to go with Gabe
Yes.
Yeah.
on that one. It's I did really enjoy Statue and Broken, but ultimately, I feel like Gabe had a full
It
thought.
makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But Seinfeld is a great show.
It is a great show.
That's a full thought.
That is a full thought.
I
It-
actually got two
complete-
things.
Okay,
in there.
you're right. I'm sorry. Shoot. You just argued yourself out of your prized possession.
Man, bummer. What a bummer, dude. I'm sorry about that.
Maybe you'll listen to it while I'm over one day.
One day.
No.
Guys,
Well, there goes
let's summarize this episode as fast as we possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So Kramer finds the statue.
Yeah. Yep. And
That's
then
all I have. That's
Okay,
so
good.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, we can summarize it
Yeah,
just
and then
amongst
they
what
go
we
to-
were.
yes.
George wants it because, it's Jerry's grandpa's stuff, and then
Yeah.
George wants it because he wants a statue because he broke one like it.
Right.
And
Singing
his parents,
MacArthur Park into
Yes.
the head of the statue.
and his parents, I think he thinks that's why they hate him, but there's probably a lot of other reasons why his parents hate him.
Yeah.
Good ones too.
Yeah.
But then they do Inkadink,
Yeah.
which
Well,
This comes up on my
Yeah.
audience question for this week.
okay.
oh, really?
Because I have a question. It might be the same one.
Go ahead.
Well, they got to where you go, and you are it.
Mm-hmm.
They pull the wool over Kramer's eyes, and Jerry says, "You owe me one because it is not good.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not good to be it." But when he said it is good, I was thinking, is it good?
Yeah.
I didn't think it's good.
So
I've
this
seen-
is
seen it
that's
go
the
both
audience
ways.
question.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then he later says, it is not good.
It's very bad.
It's very bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Jerry's delivery of the line. It is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of the more convincing,
Yeah.
funnier things.
It conveys exactly like he's feeling conflicted,
Yeah.
but he is kind of selling it to
Yeah.
Kramer.
Yeah.
And then he takes it, or no, they leave the apartment.
Yeah.
And then the worst person.
You don't like this guy.
Ray. You don't
shows
like
up.
Ray, or you don't like Rava.
Honestly, either of them, but Ray,
Yeah.
I really didn't like. Least favorite one-off character, Ray.
Yeah. Really?
He reminds,
so far.
Yeah.
he reminds me of what's his name? Billy in the Street.
Billy Eichner.
Billy Eichner. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Reminds me a lot of Billy Eichner.
I just am glad. I felt like I'm glad they stuck with one off.
Yeah.
It's one episode and then he's off the
Off
show.
there. Get him
Yeah.
off.
Because that's just, I didn't like it at all.
No, I didn't care. It's a little bit conflicting because I feel like he works fairly well for the part that he's playing. He's irritating. I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fabulous performance.
Yeah.
No, it's great performance.
Okay. You just the character you don't care for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would I want to spend any time with that guy?
Right.
He just seems too crazy.
Yeah. I don't have any. Yeah. I don't have any bandwidth for
I
that.
have met. I feel like I've known a lot of people who are, like 25% of Ray, and that's way too much. And I don't want to have anything to do with those people.
Yeah. It's just you don't trust a person like that.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
No.
That's just the thing where I'm like, it's just too much. I'm like, he stole it, right?
Okay, well, we can deal with that. I think, maybe that's a final thoughts question.
Okay, we'll wait on that. Ray cleans the apartment. He gets
Yeah.
all the gunk out of the dishwashing thing, which
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not that amazing. It's
Yeah,
easy
no.
to do.
I mean,
The cleaning of the side of the fridge, that's pretty good. But
he put
getting the
effort
gunk
in,
out.
but I'm not
Yeah.
confused about how you clean the gunk out of a.
yeah,
Pretty
I
obvious.
do
right?
that all the time.
It's just water. You
No
just
problem.
rinse it out.
You rinse it.
it's friggin' soap, Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah, it's soap. It wants
He's so stupid.
it wants to be dissolved into water.
Yeah.
It's what soap craves.
Yeah, that's
Soap
true.
loves it.
Soap
Soap loves
has
it.
a desire.
It's sad in the
Soul
bottle.
desire.
Soap is sad in the bottle.
Right. I'm not diluted into water yet.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, but then that happens, and Elaine has this whole thing going on with Rob where she wants to be her editor, and Rob is being very loyal to her and saying she'll leave them if they don't do that.
Yeah.
And then they go. What do? I forget what the next
Well,
beat is.
so what happens is Jerry's kind of infatuated with Ray, especially his cleaning.
Yes.
So he goes with her to pick up the manuscript.
Right.
Is that why he goes?
Yes.
Okay, because I
Well,
thought it was
seemed to
odd.
me that he's just like, oh yeah, Ray,
I'll go along.
Yeah.
Ray and Rava.
And I thought that was odd because
I did
it
too.
feels like it's inconsistent with the character
character,
of Jerry
yeah.
to be like, oh, I'll go along. I'll opt to go along to a stranger's house.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's
It
true.
felt weak, but they
think-
just had to get Jerry over there.
They had to get him over there somehow. Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
But it does. He is impressed with Ray's ability to clean.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that was.
He wanted to go see. We're supposed to infer that he wanted to go see how clean his apartment was.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wanted to see, and so they get over there, and then Jerry notices that he has the same statue, potentially,
Yes.
right? And Ray, as he comes in, you can see him react to Jerry and Elaine being there. Like he's like,
Yeah.
oh, whoa, is this good or bad?
Yeah.
Right.
But then Jerry notices the statue, and then they, have to figure out what's going on. That causes Jerry to try to call Kramer,
Right. Which is insane to me.
which is wild.
Why would you try to do that?
I was like, the thing you do is you ask Rava, when did this statue come?
Yeah,
Because it's an innocent question. You
Yeah.
can play it as an innocent question
yeah,
without
that's a
him
good
there.
point.
You just go, when Ray leaves
Yeah.
or is out of the room, you go, hey, I noticed this statue. When did you get this statue?
Well, also it's
and
unclear.
then she can easily, betray Ray accidentally.
It's unclear as to when they realize that the statue isn't anywhere. Like George didn't take it home.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that whole all the business with like them understanding like where the statue went. Apparently, it's nobody knows where it is.
No.
Yeah. No, this statue is impossible to find until it's at Ray's.
Yeah.
And no one cares about it.
Nobody
That's the
cares
thing. And I was like, why didn't George
Yeah.
immediately go to his parents? He was so happy to see it.
Yeah.
And yet he just leaves
just
it on the
leaves
counter.
it-
He leaves it on the counter, I think, in front of the
Yeah,
microwave
like
door.
in front of the microwave.
Which I was like,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's a bad choice,
It is.
George. And we know George is king of the idiots. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Self-proclaimed.
Lord of the idiots.
Lord of the idiots.
Lord of
Sorry.
idiots.
But essentially, there's a whole fallout where Jerry confronts Ray
Yeah.
about this with George right there with him, reacting to everything he's saying.
He comes in and he says that he has an alias.
Yeah. Yes.
Or that he's not registered
at Columbia.
at Columbia.
Yes.
because he doesn't trust him.
Ray Thomas
And
Wachinski or something.
he, it's some, I don't know, one of those names.
Yeah.
And he's
right.
like,
From that part.
yeah,
Yeah.
Eastern
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah. Let's just say it ends in ski.
or something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Does.
he says that it's his alias.
Yeah.
And it's not his real legal name. And then that reminded me of
No dog.
The dog is here.
Dog here.
Here's the dog.
Dog
Get
is
out.
here.
Anyway, and we were talking about Donald Sutherland last week, who is alive.
Oh, interesting.
Even though you guys both said that he is dead. And then
I said he had to be.
right,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder why you feel like Donald Sutherland has to be dead.
I think he's
so
just
old.
He's
Just an
just missed
interesting
his
idea.
appointment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was looking at Donald Sutherland's Wikipedia page, and then I ended up on Kiefer Sutherland's Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
And I discovered his full legal name.
Oh.
And I'll give you two of them for free, Kiefer and Sutherland.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So
Thank you.
Can you guess some more?
Donald Sutherland.
No.
His dad's name was inside of his
no.
name.
Trump.
No.
MacArthur.
No.
Washington.
I don't think these are president. I don't think there's a president.
Jefferson.
No.
Adams.
Are two of his middle names Alec Baldwin?
No. Close.
Really?
Really? Okay.
No, not
interesting.
close at all.
Humphrey
actually.
Bogart. Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah.
No. Not Stephen Baldwin either.
What about Allie Baldwin?
Baldwin? Ali Baldwin?
Baldwin?
Yeah, Allie Baldwin.
No, that's not in there. So his name's Kiefer William Frederick Dempsey George Rufus Sutherland.
Is that all? Are those four grandfathers?
And it would be 5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5.
Are those
And it would
five
be
grandfathers?
and it would be
2 normal ones and an uncle.
Yeah.
also
A bug.
I'm thinking at that point, why not just throw Donald in there?
Yeah.
Like
Might as well.
Dude's got 5 middle names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say and Donald. We'll just make it
Donald,
an
Wait, we
an
can call him
And-
Junior.
And Donald.
and Donald. Yeah.
And Donald.
Anyway, I just thought that was
That's wild.
That's wild.
pretty wild. And actually, I'm glad I wrote this down because I forgot. My pen actually ran out of ink while I was writing his full name.
Yeah.
Oh
It was
man.
so long.
That's so
it
long.
actually depleted my
Yeah,
pen's
fully.
store of
Holy moly.
ink.
That is a pen depleting name.
Really insane.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how they were at the diner.
Yeah.
They confront Ray.
George
Creates this whole situation. Now Rava and Elaine have to have a falling out, which is done in a pretty decently interesting way.
Yeah.
Going up and you're catching snatches. They're
Yeah.
in an elevator.
Yeah.
And you're sort of at every floor. You see another little piece of it falling apart.
I thought for sure something was going to come of that guy asking her to put the cigarette out,
Yeah.
and nothing came of it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of just paying off the fact that she's been smoking throughout and she's smoking in Jerry's apartment, which seems wild. It doesn't seem
Well, she's smoking in the elevator where there's a no smoking sign behind her.
Right, totally.
I mean,
That's crazy.
But so that happens. Then Lane loses the opportunity to edit the debut novel of a serious literary talent, and then they don't know what to do. The police can't do anything for them. They're at loose ends. So what do? Kramer saves the day.
yep.
Kramer has fished out of the box of junk from Jerry's dead grandfather some old clothes, including a hat that makes him look like Joe Friday from Dragnet.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has detective clothes, and he goes, and he basically under false pretexts.
Yeah. It's like, these are some big crimes Kramer is committing
Pretty big.
in order to get this
It's a real
statue
friend.
back.
Yeah.
Kramer's a real friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sometimes he likes to help the humans.
he does, and he really does. And
Great risk.
this is a great move, I think, for Kramer's character. This is Kramer's character coming more and more into his own,
Yeah.
being willing to go to these lengths
It's part of his character because he does have a sense of justice.
Yes.
He usually is getting riled up about some sort of perceived inequality. It might not actually be legitimate, but in his perception, there's something there. Yeah. And I mentioned it already, but when he is sitting there and they're talking about the whole situation, and he keeps saying, "Let's go get him."
Yeah.
I thought that was he kind of had a like a mob boss physicality. Yeah. He's leaning back in the chair. Yeah. We should go get him.
Yeah.
I thought that was really nice. So great job, Michael Richards. Keep up the great work.
That's
keep doing great things, Michael Richard.
Gabe's always been very pro Michael Richard.
I just
zero bumps in the road for Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of a single thing the guy's done that I haven't supported wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I did think before Kramer comes back with the statue, and George is on the phone with his parents at Jerry's house, which is another just funny time capsule thing where you're like, I could not tell you the last time I talked to my parents on the phone at my friend's house.
Yeah.
Let alone on a landline, like, would I even use a landline to do that? Anyway, but he's talking and he says, he says that he lost the statue. And then he says, don't let that affect the potatoes because his mom was going to make the special potato dish as a celebration of the statue being returned. And I thought that it was just nice to see that George is relatably potato motivated because I think I'm pretty potato motivated.
Very
potato motivated.
Yeah.
Delicious potatoes.
Potato-vated.
Yeah.
I just it's good.
Love potatoes, and
they're good.
It's always good to see
it's one of the best
things about yourself represented on screen.
Yeah.
So they art does hold up a mirror, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Art holds up a mirror.
Sometimes it's one of those funhouse mirrors. And
Yeah.
everything looks a little weird.
Art Vandelay holds up a mirror.
Who?
Art Vandelay.
Art Vandelay
holds
up a mirror.
That's right. He already mentioned his name in season 1. I forgot.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's early.
That is
okay.
early.
So
one thing that I wanted to interrupt Caleb. No,
that's fine. No. I didn't have anything. Go.
Okay. What I was going to say is there's a lot of them being involved with their parents. These people are really fairly close with their parents, which I thought was
it's kind of sweet,
kind of weirdly sweet.
Yeah.
That they're like Jerry's first thought is when he's caught on the phone is that he's having a conversation with his mother.
Yeah. And then you just put it right in the pan. That's the funniest part of this episode to me.
I agree.
I thought that stuck out for sure.
It's one of the great things. I also, to me, it's between that, and maybe we should explain the bit a little bit further, and Jerry's snide interaction with Ray as he leaves, the thing that I quoted at the top.
Yes,
which,
totally.
Yeah, which is
totally.
I don't eat dinner. Dinner's for suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the pancake joke.
The pancakes, I think
The
that one.
French toast.
Sorry, yes. What in the world? You really took me on a ride.
I definitely watched the episode.
The French toast, I just love, I'm like, this is the second time that they've done the bad excuse.
Yes.
Because they did. I mean, they've done other bad excuses, but on
where
the
it's
phone,
really emphasized.
Yeah, it's really emphasized. Like, Dad, you had to pull me over there. Tell me that your dad likes to wear sneakers in the pool.
Yeah.
Yep. She forgot how to make French toast.
Moms.
Yeah.
Doesn't he say something like moms?
You know moms.
You know moms.
Yeah. And then Rava's response.
Always know.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Is that her mother left her?
Yep.
Yeah. Left all 7 of us.
That was
and
good
I was
too.
6.
That's also good.
Yeah,
Her
no.
response is good.
No.
So I think that's the stronger one. I think mine beats yours.
What's that?
I think mine beats yours.
The toast.
Yeah,
versus-
French toast versus dinner.
Well, to me, it's all part of the same thing.
No. They're different, and they're
the button
against each other.
But the button is that Jerry's just like hates, and I don't think when I saw this episode initially, I understood the extent to which Jerry is like venting
Yes.
through a stupid opinion about dinner.
Yes.
Which I
That's
think
tr-
is I think is funny.
It is funny, but I like the absurdity of the fake conversation.
I like that
and then
too.
the stark contrast of
Yeah.
what's her name's
Rava.
response. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like about
So they
this
do
episode.
get Kramer has recovered the statue, and then he gives it to George, and then he claps George on the back. And
statue broken.
Statue unbroken.
Statue unbroken. And should we get into final thoughts?
Well, what's the last joke? Sorry.
The last joke.
Because they go back to
stand-up.
Stand up. Sorry, we don't have to do that.
Stand up? No. What does he do?
But now I'm thinking about
What
it.
is it? Oh, it's the people are gonna steal from you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes and he talks about how we have all these ways of preventing it.
Yes.
At
Which is
the
us.
beach. We've got the wallet. We put it in the shoe.
These are the one of the two big Seinfeld bits that I think about very frequently is the blood on the shirt laundry one, which that we've already done. And then they just look in the heel and move on. Yeah. That's a good line.
Yeah. It's good. I did not like the stand-up bit at the beginning.
No.
It kind of if the sweepstakes.
Oh, really?
thing, for some reason, it was like not a very strong observation, and I found it irritating.
Well, maybe you just didn't resonate.
I didn't like
with
this.
it
I didn't
because
like the
it's
flip.
old.
I didn't like the flip.
I didn't like
The beginning.
When,
I kind of thought was funny, and
I thought him introducing it was funny too.
yeah.
I agree with that.
But I didn't like the flip where he goes, "We should just tell them that."
Yeah,
there's
to me
no
that
there."
didn't
He
make
went,
sense.
There's no where he does this small text.
Yeah.
The small text.
We can't believe
Oh my gosh.
we can't believe how badly you've done in this contest.
Yes.
Because it's like that to me is not a fair comparison. Like it's not a fair logical jump.
But we know that he's vindictive. He loves getting
Yes,
back at people.
He does.
He does.
It's true.
Which he does in this episode.
Yes.
Oh, I was just going to say for final thoughts.
Yeah. Let's get into final thoughts
For
You know.
this episode.
for this episode.
Right. Yeah, I guess I could be fine with never watching this episode of Seinfeld ever again. That
yeah.
would probably be okay.
And your recommendation to people who haven't seen it?
Would be to probably just skip it,
Skip
I
it,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, one of the big things for me is that is Ray guilty?
Yes.
Right. I found it very unsatisfying that the statue unbroken at the end.
Yes.
And that filled me with not satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So,
It kind of. Well, I mean, honestly, it fills you up with a void,
right.
right.
which is the same way of saying is taking something away from you.
And this episode,
Sure.
sort of robbed.
Yeah.
It sort of robbed you,
Yeah, robbed and robbed. It's like
and Ray did.
Yeah. Rated. Yeah.
raided and robbed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I would say that. Because it feels like, they robbed me
yeah,
of my time
Mm-hmm.
a little bit. There's some little highlights in there.
yeah,
Can
And
you
I
imagine?
just like to see those guys on screen. What can I say?
yeah. It's true.
I just like to see those people on screen.
Can you imagine, Gabe?
somebody robbing you of your time. Just using your time in
Just-
an inconsiderate
That would
way.
be terrible. Like
Terrible.
what if you had watched an episode that was 20 minutes long?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And not the best episode of a
Right.
TV
No,
show.
that would be, and it wasn't any good. That would be a huge bummer.
and you had done that
and you'd done that
in
and-
order.
so that you could listen to something else.
Right.
And then you ended up going, wow. Actually, when I spent those 20 minutes, I wasn't sure if it was worth it. But then because I did that, I could listen to this other thing.
Yeah.
And it made it very worth it.
And it was
Because I got to hear the whole episode.
Yeah, it was about 1 hour and 8 minutes
Okay.
Maybe.
of content.
It could be.
That's a good amount of content though.
Yeah. I was hopeful that pretty much wraps up our summary there. I was hopeful that we would have some free time because I had some other things planned, but we don't.
I don't think
We have
do.
no free time.
We have no free time.
Oh, the cat is here the whole time.
Yeah. And so let's do a song real quick.
Yes.
And then we'll get into our Mail Never Stops, Jerry.
2 songs a week, man. This guy's a machine.
It's crazy.
Song machine.
It's crazy, especially. Did you hear that? The song that I did for you.
So much.
I mean, this is going to be kind of crazy, but everything is one take on that.
No
on
way.
That song. Yeah.
Absolutely
with no quantizing.
No way. There's no way.
It's true.
It's too
Pretty impressive,
solid.
man. Pretty impressive.
We got to listen to that one again, too.
Okay, we will. Okay, so here's this song. This is called Jerry's Call.
Jerry called his mom from a stranger's house. Jerry called his mom from a stranger's house. Just a quick call to check on mom. In just a few seconds of conversation. Just a few seconds of conversation. Jerry's mom had a serious problem. Jerry, I forgot how to make French toast. Jerry, I forgot how to make French toast. Jerry, I'm scared. How did I forget French toast?
The only thing that could have happened, right? I like the way that Jerry treats it in that scene is a little bit like maybe his mom called him.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But
There's a lot of suspension of disbelief, which I appreciate because I think people just
You
were
have
more
to.
willing to do that and be like,
Yeah.
okay, right? Because but for us, like using someone else's phone is a big thing,
yeah,
and it wasn't back then.
Right.
It was just, oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
you have to use someone else's phone.
yeah.
Like-
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into pretty much our final segment, guys. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Jerry. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky writes, Donald Sutherland is alive.
Oh,
See?
is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He was
Jick.
correcting us. And
Jick knows.
Jick knows.
Jick knows that Donald is alive.
Jick's got the juice.
We do have one more. We do have a voicemail
Oh.
Oh, okay, great.
as
yeah.
well. Let's do
Yeah.
that, and then
Yeah.
we'll
No,
throw you.
I was.
Hi there, Josh, Caleb, Gabe. My name is Isaac Greenberg. I am a police officer in the law enforcement officer in the United States. And I listened to the show, and I was listening to the most recent episode, and you guys kind of had a question about, what would happen if a podcast was being recorded and everybody in that podcast committed suicide. It's actually the standard operating procedure currently is to set up a podcast and figure out exactly what was going on with these guys. Now, a lot of the time, they don't last very long. These podcasts don't last very long because, at least from the law enforcement side of things, because there's been a lot of evidence. They've recorded a lot of the evidence in that situation. But you'll have a detective, maybe some of the first responding officers recording, for a couple weeks just to really make sure that everything is cleared up. So you can imagine that in some places in the United States, there's a lot of these things going out over the airways. True crime is very popular, and the law enforcement individuals are trying to kind of clean up the image a little bit. So anyway, that's the standard operating procedure, is to have a podcast about these individuals that committed suicide who were also recording a podcast. Just thought you guys might like to know. So first time calling into a thing. So I hope I'm not fanboying at all, but you guys make me laugh. Josh, I really like your songs. Yeah, just keep up the good work, please, because I need a little levity. Not that I wouldn't be opposed to, showing up and doing a podcast about you guys, but I'd rather not. That'd be kind of... I'd have very mixed feelings about that. So don't do that, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Well, thank you so much, Isaac.
Yeah,
That was nice.
Thanks for listening.
His name was Isaac, huh?
Isaac
I
Greenberg.
wonder if he's related to Obama at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I wonder now. I'm wondering too.
Yeah.
I
No?
I hadn't really thought. You
Hadn't
mean based
occurred
on
to
his
me.
voice?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
voice,
I don't know.
You said Isaac, huh? And then you talked about relating. Yeah, but you're right. His voice does sound like.
I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see Obama having like a cousin named Isaac.
Isaac, who
Yeah.
talks like that.
Talks similarly.
Also, he said at one point, I think he was saying please, please, but I wasn't sure if he was saying police, police.
yeah,
Police.
just reminding us what is
That
But it's good to have that. We were wondering last week,
Yeah.
what happens if
right.
if there's a podcast being
If
recorded. And then immediately everybody, kind of what one thing I was wondering, I guess, that this doesn't clear up exactly is, do the police actually upload the podcast for them?
right. Especially if it's specified in the will.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
will. Is a suicide note a kind of will?
It could be.
I mean, I think potentially. it could be.
Potentially, yeah.
But I mean, I'm wondering, does it just go into the same feed?
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
the police podcast about
They just
the
take it
podcast,
over.
They just kind of take over the feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
That could be it.
dissecting that last episode as like a
Like a
true
commentary.
crime thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. That was really eye opening.
It is.
And
Criminal justice in America.
yeah, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
I
these
can't
days.
imagine being in his position and kind of loving us so much that he would be kind of honored to deal with our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it feels good to know that, for the most part, he seems to not want us to
Not
do
want
that.
us
Yeah.
to do
It's
it.
good to know
Yeah.
that someone out there is like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like
But also, it's good to
keeping
know
an
that.
eye on the Funko Pop,
Yeah.
Funko population of your house.
It's good to know that if we ever did do that, that somebody would be kind of. It would make his day. It sounds like
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of.
We'd be doing actually, I mean,
He
part
said
of
he
why
would-
I think about it is we'd be doing some people a favor.
Yeah.
Right. He said he wouldn't be opposed,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Wouldn't be opposed to it.
yeah.
But I just wonder if we're in his jurisdiction
Yeah.
because he
That would
did
be-
specify. He said that he was. So I guess it's just United States Police.
Yes. It's not,
So I'm not sure if we're.
I mean, if that
We are in
is
the
his
United States.
that is,
So-
we're part of the United States.
Yeah, I
so
guess-
We do
I guess-
fall squarely within his
very
jurisdiction
squarely.
Self-evident.
as a U.S. police officer.
Zero doubt of if we're in the United States or not.
Guys, that's our show. We're Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's 1S. You can find us on various platforms. Please go follow and subscribe.
Or else.
Do all that. Or else, Gabe, we, even though some platforms have pretty strict ideas about, threats and bullying,
Yeah.
we do want to say, please subscribe. Or else.
Or else, yes.
And
or please subscribe and follow What If.
Yeah.
what if?
Or what if?
Yeah. And one of the things I'm thinking that we might set up is a Substack.
Oh yeah.
So that everyone can we hate Instagram, we hate YouTube, we
Yes.
hate everything that we deal with.
That's true.
Pretty much. We like Anchor.fm. I think kind of.
It's fine.
It seems
Yeah.
fine. It's a good service.
They're still working hard on those ads.
Yeah. So, but if you maybe we'll include some information in the description of the podcast and the video here, and you can find our Substack that way and subscribe to it, and that will be a good way of keeping up with any notifications about the podcast, new episodes, all that.
Yes, and please write in
And write in.
and remember to put your sex.
No.
And that's the show.
age,
Bye,
Yeah,
Jerry.
thank you.
and
for-
your number
Jerry.
of Funko Pops you have and number of Funko Pops you've been gifted. Goodbye, Jerry.